Hey guys, welcome back. Woodworking here. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to announce that I'm going to be doing a live coaching session that you are welcome to participate in. I'm going to start doing this regularly, but the next one is this Sunday, January 29th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The only requirements are that you're in North America server, you have and can use Discord during that time, and that you are tier 4 through tier 7 in rank. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to give live coaching to a full team of people while they play in a private match. And the other team will be being coached by my teammate that plays with me all the time, Master Chief, and then we'll switch off teams after the first game or first two games. So you're going to get a bunch of coaching, live feedback for what you're doing. Any questions you have, you bounce them off of us. And then I'll be turning that whole video into hopefully one or two YouTube videos. And I think both the people that play will get a lot out of it, and I think you guys will get a lot out of watching it. So if you're interested in signing up, there's going to be a link in the description. You sign up by replying to my Twitter message. We don't have a lot of room left, so if you're interested at all, I would get on that as quick as you can. Another thing I want to announce is that I created a Patreon. A lot of people have been asking me if I can do gameplay breakdowns of their games, and I just really don't have a lot of time to do this. That's why I only put out one video a week. This actually takes me a lot of time. So if you decide to become a patron of mine, I will do a gameplay breakdown of your full game, just in the exact same style I do my YouTube videos. The only difference is there won't be as much editing. But this is your chance for those of you that have been asking how to get me to do a gameplay breakdown. This is how you do it. There'll be a link in the description for my Patreon. I'm not charging an arm and a leg, and honestly, for my time, I'm really not charging much at all. But rather than just do this for free for people, I figured this way I can get something out of it. Keep the wife happy. Today, though, I have another video in my map awareness series. I learned a lot making this video, and I hope you guys learn a lot watching it. Today's topic is the clock. The clock is probably the most unduly dismissed part of map awareness. In the past for me, as it is for most players now, you don't really think about the clock much. You might know that jungle minions spawn around 30 seconds, and crystal and gold miners pop at 4 minutes, and the Kraken comes at 15 minutes. What else is there to know? Why does it matter? Let's answer both those questions. Death timers, minion respawn times, crystal respawn times, hero death timers, Kraken respawn time. How long does it take to run from the spawn to certain points on the map? With boots, without boots? Approximately how long does it take to take down the Kraken? How long does it take to clear jungle farm? What time are certain items usually bought? What time are they bought at your tier or my tier? What times do people usually reach level 8? What times do people usually reach level 12? What time do early game heroes fall off? What time do late game heroes hit their prime? How long are hero abilities on cooldown? How long are items on cooldown? A lot of those things I cover in my gameplay breakdown videos, so I won't cover them in this video. But if you're looking for that kind of information, feel free to give my gameplay breakdown videos a watch. I'll talk about at the beginning of each game when I'm expecting power spikes from the enemy heroes, when I think they're going to get ultimates that I may need to block, or when heroes are going to hit their power spikes. Let's start with death timers, also known as hero respawn times. I find that most people, although they may have a general idea of what they are, don't know within 10 seconds of any time I may throw out. If you die within the first minute of the game, how long does it take you to respawn? This wasn't really an issue in past patches, but because of the early aggression now in 2.1, fights are happening earlier and earlier. So how long does a hero take to respawn? What about at 5 minutes? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? Is there a maximum respawn time? I'm going to give you a couple of examples in this video. Please try to guess, and let's see how far off you are from the correct answer. And in the description, I will give you every 30 seconds approximately how long the death timer is if you die at that time. Alright, first quiz. I'm about to die to this turret. How long is my death timer going to be? If you said anything around 6 seconds, you were pretty damn close. Lance is about to die. How long is his death timer going to be? What did you come up with? Almost 14 seconds was the correct answer. Saw's about to die. How long is his death timer going to be? Around 22 seconds was the answer we were looking for. So I asked you earlier, is there a maximum death timer? And you might have gotten my hint that by asking that question, it implies there is one. So what is the maximum death timer? And at what time does it start? If you said 60 seconds, you're correct. And it starts around the 24-minute mark. So why does this matter? You may be thinking, woodworking, I can always just check the hero screen and know what the death timers are. But you don't always have time to do that. And having a general idea of how long a hero's going to take to respawn can be really advantageous when you're trying to decide if you have time to steal jungle farm or take the kraken or take the gold mine. Alright, next topic. How long do jungle minions and lane minions take to respawn? Let's start with the latter first because they're pretty simple. Lane minions spawn at the 25-second mark and every 25 seconds after that throughout the game except when the kraken's active. So why does that matter? Well, if lane minions are arriving every 25 seconds and you clear a wave, it's good to know how long it's going to take for the next wave to arrive. So kind of keep an internal clock in your head going, knowing that if you just cleared a wave that just arrived in about 5 seconds, it's going to take another 20 seconds for the minions to get there. Another really helpful thing you can do is just take a look at your own minions. Where they are on their path towards the middle of the lane is exactly symmetrical to where the enemy minions will be on their path, depending how many turrets you or the enemy has left. And now the part of the clock that I haven't met a single person that knows these answers I'm about to give you. Until this patch, jungle minions spawned at 25 seconds. But now they spawn at 35 seconds. But how long do they take to respawn? I haven't met anyone that knows the answer to that question. A lot of people guess, and a lot of people think there's a hard answer. But that just isn't true. Just like hero respawn times, jungle minion respawn times change throughout the game. Alright, time for another pop quiz. Assuming you just took your big backs, the pair of minions is what I'm referring to, at a minute 30, how long does it take them to respawn? What about the back healer minion? Same time, how long does it take him to respawn? Alright, is the mid healer minion any different? What about the fronts? How long do they take? To save time, instead of giving you a bunch of pop quizzes at 5 minutes and 10 minutes, I'm just going to tell you how much the time increases per minute per minions. So at around a minute 30, the backs take 46 seconds to respawn. And the healer minion takes 51 seconds to respawn. So that's a difference of 5 seconds off your healer minions and your backs. The ratio is exactly the same for the fronts and the mid healer. The elder minion, as far as respawn time, works just like the rest of the healer minions. And they maintain this ratio throughout the game. So every minute, the minions take an extra 1.5 seconds to respawn. So that means that by the time you hit, let's say, 14 minutes into the game, the backs will take 67 seconds to respawn. The healer minion will take 73 seconds to respawn. I'm going to throw out some more numbers that I think are super helpful. The crystal miner takes exactly 1 minute to respawn. So from the moment you kill it to the time it respawns, it takes 1 minute. But it also takes 17 seconds to walk back to its post. So you can call that about 1:15 if you really want to press yourself for time. Because by the time he hits 1:15, he will clear that bush, and if you were in that area, he'd be able to see you. And finally, one more relevant number I'm going to throw out. The gold mine takes approximately 4 minutes to collect its maximum gold payout of 300. So why does this matter? Well, if you've ever found yourself wondering why your minions haven't respawned yet, hopefully this can shed some light for you. This problem compounds as the game goes on because you're used to the respawns of the first 10 minutes of the game, and then by the time, let's say you get into a really long game that's over 25 minutes long and you're wondering where your farm is, well, it takes it longer each minute, and that's why it's not coming up. Crystal miner respawn times are really good to know if you're trying to pressure the enemy jungle a lot. It's good to know when that crystal miner is going to come back. The gold mine, I don't know how really useful that is because you have a constant indicator on the map that tells you how full the thing is. But I figured I'd throw it out there since I'm doing that anyway. And the biggest part about why this is useful to know has to do with rotations. Now, I'm going to do a whole video on rotations as part of my map awareness series, but one of the ways that you can really snowball the enemy team is by controlling their jungle, and knowing when minions respawn is a huge part of that. As I said, we'll get into that into another video. Looks like we're going to have to continue the clock video about map awareness in another video. Kind of ran out of time here. But as you can see, there's a lot to cover just about the clock. So I'll do a continuation of this video another time. I really do hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you on the Fold.